Our guest says he's feeling fired up about the markets. He says that they are setting up for buying opportunities, and he's particularly drawn to value names, smaller caps, and profitable businesses. He says they look set to do well in the next year to 3 years. We're joined by Grant White, portfolio manager and investment advisor at IA Private Wealth. You're a ray of sunshine today. Thanks for joining us. So you see the markets as offering opportunities already, Grant?
Yeah, anything I can do to lift your day, Andy. I mean, I think these are, truth be told, I think these are some of the potentially scariest markets that I've seen in my career, because I think that they actually have a great ability to scare a lot of investors out of making good decisions. And so I think they're actually some of the most dangerous markets I've seen. But with that comes the great opportunity that they're creating. And I think that for a disciplined investor, you're going to do extremely well over the next 12, 24, 36 months here, if you can stay disciplined to whatever it is your plan is, if you can stay disciplined to your approach, but also if you can carve out those good opportunities that this market can potentially create for you. And we are starting to see those good opportunities, which were a little bit more difficult to find a few months ago.
It's interesting, though. Have you ever seen uncertainty like this, economic uncertainty, especially for this country with its heavy reliance on the U.S. market?
Well, no, I mean, I think that's where this fear comes from, obviously, right? I mean, I think like day to day, I mean, we're back in this environment where we all check our phones in the morning just to see what it's going to bring for us. And so yeah, I mean, this level of uncertainty is certainly, it adds that concern, it adds that anxiety in the markets, that's exactly what my point is on why this is so dangerous for investors. Because I mean, things have calmed down slightly since a couple of weeks ago, but those bad markets a couple of weeks ago were definitely enough to shake a lot of good investors off. I mean, we all felt it. I mean, we all feel that anxiety when markets are going down 5% on a single day. But that's exactly where the opportunity lies here, is that, it's not that companies were worth that 5% less or 10% less over a very short period of time. It's that we need to recalibrate and readjust and look for those opportunities that this is presenting itself. And again, I think that buying in was a little bit harder to do even just a few months ago, and looking for good opportunities. And we're starting to see those good opportunities come to the top now. And so all this to say is I think that these markets, yes, they're incredibly challenging, they're scary, but if I'm looking back like 3 years from now, 5 years from now, certainly maybe even 12 to 24 months from now, I think that these are some of the best buying opportunities that we've seen in quite a while now. And I think investors would be wise to be very active in looking for all those opportunities.
One opportunity you see is MDA Space. What attracts you there?
Yeah. I love this company. I mean, this is well, first of all, for all the homers out there like me, this is the company that built the Canada Arm back in the day. So if you want to, support like a good business that's been a part of the Canadian story, MDA Space is one of those companies. What they're into today is low Earth orbit satellites and building these satellites. Now, what I love about this company is they're doing it way better than everybody else. And I mean, the space industry is riddled with companies that lose a lot of money. Not MDA Space. MDA Space is profitable. We're getting them at a great price right now. They're also on trend. I mean, they build the satellites. If you're wondering what kind of satellites they're building, it's the satellites that everybody's talking about. So the ones that are built for internet service offering. Think Starlink, but Starlink competitors, GPS satellites, things like that. Things that we use every single day. So this company is really, really well positioned for all of the things that we're doing going forward, and you can get them at a great price. And again, they're profitable in an industry that's full of companies that lose money.
Netflix is another name that attracts you. And of course, among techs, people like the way it's apparently not vulnerable to tariffs.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, it's a nice, refreshing story to your point in a world that's riddled with tariffs as well. Netflix is a company that continues to innovate. It continues to battle and it continues to understand the consumer trend better than most of its competitors, if not all of its competitors. And one of the main, I mean, we liked this company before. They were doing a lot of really great things in content. They were building users, or active users. All those numbers were going in the right direction. So everybody knows Netflix is a good company, but they continue to innovate. And the one thing I like a lot about them right now is the live events, and the fact that they've gone into this in such a heavy way. I think they're going to do extremely well here. They have aggressive growth targets for the future. I think they're going to hit them, and I think that live events plays a huge role in that. They are just really capturing eyeballs there capturing our interest as they get into things like the WWE or live sporting events. And so I think there's a long runway still ahead of this great company. It's done really well, and it's going to continue to do well for a long time if they can continue to do this. This is more of a play on the management and the leadership of this company than anything else, and I think they're going to continue to do well there.
And finally, Cenovus. This one has lagged many of the big energy names. What attracts you here, Grant?
Yeah, I think this is the opportunity, actually. You know, I was talking about markets creating opportunities. I think this is one of them. I mean, obviously, challenges in commodity prices and such, you know, that creates challenges for a company like this. But I like that they control the upstream, downstream a little bit better than most. So, you know, they're able to benefit from that. The pricing is right. I mean, this is, again, one of those companies where we like the cash flow. We like where the pricing is right now. Dividend yield is strong. We're not worried about it. And so I think that, you know, this is one of those opportunities that's been created by these markets and challenging space. And now you can get into this. And again, I think when you're looking at this one from a few years from now, you're going to do very, very well, and you'll be happy you buy today. But that's the challenge in this market, right? I mean, you got to be willing to buy into things when they don't look so rosy and when things are at their worst. And I think Cenovus is a prime example of that. I mean, we're able to buy into this company today. It's a great price. And I think, like I said, I think over the next few years, you're going to be very happy you got into this one.
Grant, always great hearing from you. Have a wonderful holiday weekend.
Yeah, you as well, Andy. Thanks so much.
Grant White, Portfolio Manager and Investment Advisor at IA Private Wealth.